All right, it's Griffin here with the Stride Report and talking with Greg over at Chico State.
Gary. Yeah.
Gary,
Yeah.
my apologies. Gary, how do we do today?
Yeah, it was a bit of a mixed day. You know, it's cross country. I felt like, because when you coach the men and women's teams, and our women had a really solid day, and 1 through 7, like I haven't seen the results yet, like other than the overall results, but we had 7 in, I think, ahead of the second place's team's 5th scorer. So that's always a good, it's nice in a big field like today. It's great to have the whole group of 7 have a solid day. So the women I was really pleased with, and we brought Irish Molina out of redshirting this week. So we'd been planning redshirting her, but then we're kind of hoping that some things change next year with the NCAA policies that might give her a year next year. But so we're just going for it this year, and it was great to have her out. And that low stick really helps in the front. So she was 4th. And with the guys, we had bigger expectations. We have a good men's team, but we're also a bit unproven, like on big stages, and so we kind of needed to get a taste of a field like today. And even though it was a bit of a not the finish they wanted, I think in the big picture it should be helpful.
Yeah. How was travel for this event?
It was good. I felt like it was, we're pretty lucky. I had a direct flight on Thursday, and things went pretty smoothly. And and we're actually gonna stay the night tonight up in Kenosha, Wisconsin, and get up in the morning and run the Nationals course as a bit of a preview for our long run. And then we've got an afternoon flight out of O'Hare down here back home. So kind of 2 birds,
cool.
1 stone type weekend. Getting a good competition here today, and then getting up to Parkside to get a feel for that course.
Yeah, you kicked off a great weekend of running in Chicago too. We've got Chicago Marathon here. It's good vibes.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to miss the marathon and to be so close. And I think a lot of us are pretty invested in the running scene overall. And I'd love to see Connor get that record firsthand, but we're probably going to be following it on my phone as they're getting their long run in.
Yeah.
So,
how important is that outside, like being involved in the running culture for you and your team?
No, I think that's really important. Yeah, I think that if people are fans of the sport, then there's a greater investment. And, not everybody that's great in college is really into the pro scene and everything, but I feel like a lot of people that are like, they have a greater attachment and maybe passion for what we're doing, and that's pretty helpful when it comes to success for a team, I feel like.
Awesome.
And backtracking back to Irish Molina.
Yeah.
I know she has a twin sister, Della Molina. So was the plan kind of like to redshirt both of them, or? Yeah,
the plan was to redshirt both of them this year, and then as it turned out, Della picked up an injury this summer and still isn't really back running yet. So when we decided to pull Irish out of redshirting, there was no option to do that with Della because she's been doing a lot of cross training and not much running. So. It's a bummer. That would make us that much stronger because the two are rarely separated by more than a second or two, and it'd be great to have 2 low sticks again. But we'll have at least Della back next year, and hopefully Irish as well, and a really developing group.
On the men's side, like a huge win at Mike Johnson's earlier this season, they were all pretty packed up. I don't even remember what the spread was. I just know it was like pretty close, kind of like that momentum going into postseason. Like, is that the target? Obviously, make nationals is one, but from your eyes outside of that.
Yeah, no, I think overall the men are in a good spot. In fact, our B team won an invitational in San Francisco yesterday and beat quite a few A teams while doing it. And so we have a lot of guys at home that are running well, and we a really solid group. And we just some of the guys said they felt a bit flat today, which is unfortunate. But we're just going to have to bounce off of this, and we're hosting conference next week, and Cal Poly Pomona has probably their best team ever, and it's going to be a dogfight. So from here on out, like every competition is going to be pretty high stakes and a lot of fun.
Yeah. That definitely, the feeling flat when you go up a hill right at the start, it's a hard feeling to overcome.
Yeah, it's cross country.
Yeah.
It's kind of the way it goes, and I think it's good for us to get on a course like this as well. In California, there's way too many courses that are hard packed, dirt, and you got all these guys in super shoes, kind of bouncing around, and that's not going to get you ready for Parkside. It's not going to get you ready for a lot of the big meets. So yeah, it's good to get out here and get in some thick grass and get some hills, even though there's one big one.
We really appreciate it, Gary. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, appreciate it.